Thank you for tuning into Anime Radio. Today I'll be talking about Dragon Ball Z and why I disliked it as an anime. But before I can start this video, I'd like to mention that this is all based on my personal opinion, something that nobody be obliged to listen to or go on with what I'm saying. They could completely disagree with me and say that Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball is the best franchise in the entire world, and whoever dislikes it is sucks. He sucks. He's a sucky guy, and please don't do that. It's just my opinion and why I disliked it as an anime. Okay, now with that, I can properly start the video on my disliking to Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball franchise. Okay, then one of my main topics that I will start out with for this episode is that I believe that Dragon Ball Z is an overrated franchise. And yes, it was one of the most important animes in the entire anime genre. I just find it was just lacking in quite a few areas. And I believe, yes, there is something that I can like to it and about it, but it's just not an anime for me. But the overrating is that it is a great anime. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but I'm just gonna say it's gone on for way too long. There's been so many things about it which really didn't have to come out. It could have just been a single-lone series. It could have had some prequels, some sequels, and leave it at that. But no, it had to continue until what it is today. Just something engraved in pop culture because it's dug out its own canyon of facts and references along the years that people have recognized it as this insanely godly anime and don't look at any other animes that are much better than it, first of all, and animes that I think have been overshadowed by Dragon Ball and the franchise because they're lesser known. And I believe that it shouldn't be coming to that because Dragon Ball is just a very basic idea. Something that anybody could come up with. Aliens, superpowers, superpowers, more than superpowers, and it keeps building onto it, and it's so unstable as a franchise that it doesn't have a foundation to it that can support all of those facts all at once, and little fragments of it start to drop, and the complete story just falls apart. And I believe that so many more animes have a foundation to their story which I am interested in and I believe can be worked upon to create a really great and strong story of an anime. And if it's presented properly, then it can turn into an incredible franchise. And something that I dislike in anime sometimes is how long it can run and how many series it can have. Because there are a lot of animes, now please don't give me hate, that I dislike animes like One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach because they run on for too long and have so many arcs that you get lost in its uncompletioncy. And it feels like it will never end. Because Boruto the sequel to Naruto is just, it's over the top, and it could have just left it with Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, but instead it had to go on to Naruto the Next Generation, which is completely unneeded because Naruto in itself isn't the best thought out anime. Bleach, and now I've watched Bleach, and I've watched all of these animes at least once, and Bleach really stood out to me with a boring and insufficient story. And there were some likable characters, some dislikable characters, and just characters that were there to be there. And a lot of these animes have that the characters have to be there to have the story, nothing else. They don't have a backstory, they don't have a proper introduction, and a lot of these just create boring and terrible characters. And this is all my opinion, but just those animes are quite overrated. And the only reason they're overrated is because they're well known and engraved into pop culture, so everybody knows it. And some animes that has been engraved into pop culture and have just complete longevity to them are like Pokemon. But Pokemon, it started out incredible. My favorite series was the Sinnoh region's anime series, but it started to decline with Generation 5, and then it went down. It went back up for Generation 6, but then obviously it decreased so drastically with the introduction of the Alola region that it was just completely ignored and only brought up for bad reasons. But the new series does look promising to some extent, at least, that I might watch it. Now, my other point to Dragon Ball is that some of the story doesn't even make sense. And some powers are just there to be powerful, nothing else. The main character, now I don't know too much, but he does go Super Saiyan, and then Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, yellow, blue, pink. Then I think about it, and it's like, wait, weren't you supposed to be strong? Because there are so many villains that can easily beat him, and there's so many reasons and facts showing that Goku is strong, but other villains are stronger than him, and they give no evidence to why that is. It's just that, they're stronger because they're more alien-esque. And I find that to be very irritating and boring as a storyline. Now, One Piece has gone on for way too long. And I can see a clear-cut sign that Demon Slayer will go on for long. And though it seems like One Piece, Dragon Ball, blah blah blah, the anime that I'm talking about, Demon Slayer just stood out to me as an anime because it has a really interesting story and thousands of likable characters implemented so far. So now, if you or anyone is saying that I'm a hypocrite because I like Demon Slayer, and Demon Slayer is a pop culture engraving, it just all comes down to my personal taste and my personal opinion on the anime. Oh, and it seems that we've run out of time for this video, so sorry. I know I'm sure everybody wants to hear me rambling on about more of Dragon Ball, but I find that it can be untasteful or content or video to watch. So, with all that being said, I would like to say that this is all my personal opinion, and this is all for entertainment, and this shouldn't be taken seriously. Just a feedback to what I think about these series, and more importantly, Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball franchise. So now, thank you for tuning into Anime Radio, and I hope you'll tune in for our next video. Goodbye.